it's Lizzie, and I'm filming today with my best friend slash accountability buddy.
Hey, I'm Cordale.
We met at Bible camp because we both went to Churches of Christ in the same like South Florida Church of Christ group.
COC? See, I told you I'm getting old. I told you.
He's not old. Tell them how old you are.
Okay. I am 59.
Sit up straight.
Oh yeah. See, I'm 59. I'm 17.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19?
You act like you're older though.
Oh, thank you.
You've been tall for like so long. Like when I met you, I thought you were my age.
Oh, I know. I get that all the time. I'm 6'2".
Today we created our own tag, the 13 questions tag, which is Christian themed.
We have made this Christian tag so we can help people who are trying to overcome temptation and struggles.
And we want to help you guys grow closer to God. Question number 1. When did you become a Christian?
When I was 8 years old, I just felt there was a void in my heart at 8. Went to middle school, I fell away, sadly. I mean, I joined the crowd and was totally lost, and I went to Bible camp, and I got rebaptized, yay, you know.
And I was there, and I cried so much because I was so happy.
It was the best decision ever, because I just did that to symbolize, like, hey, this is it. This is like, I'm gonna be on fire.
And you have been. So inspiring. I became a Christian when I was 13, right after I moved to Florida. And I decided to commit myself to God because I was so in love with God, and I wanted to show that I loved Him by becoming baptized as like an act of love to Him. And also I knew that I wanted to live with God forever in heaven, and that the only way that would be possible is if my sins were forgiven through baptism. Question number 2 is, why did you become a Christian? We kind of already answered that. Stand up straight. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So much better.
Try all these things and you're still empty. From experience, God is the only thing that's gonna fill you up. I should be looking right there, right?
You should be looking right there.
Right there. Oh, okay. I'm back.
I look around and I see that everyone worships something, and I've, from experience, found that like the only thing that fills like that void is worshiping God. Number 3, favorite Bible verse. We share one.
It is
Psalm 37:4.
Say it, Lizzie. You know.
Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart.
Thank you, thank you. But when I read that verse, I'm just like, whoa, like, I mean, Jesus says, like, it's gonna be given to you. Like, you're gonna have that if you just delight in me. That
was my favorite Bible verse in like middle school, and if you guys watched my dorm tour from last year, which he was in, he was telling me that he like finally, he doesn't watch my YouTube videos like ever.
I know.
But he finally, horrible friend. Just kidding.
I'm doing better, I'm doing better.
A little better.
Yeah.
But he was watching my dorm tour from last year, and he saw that like I had a picture of him on my wall, and he was like, whoa.
When I saw that picture, I was like surprised. I was just like, did you talk about me in front of thousands of people?
Basically.
Wow.
Now you guys are meeting him, yay.
I know.
My favorite Bible verse right now though is Ecclesiastes 3:11. God has made everything beautiful in its time. He has set eternity on our hearts, but we cannot comprehend what He has done from beginning to end. That to me means that we all have something in us longing for like eternity, and that can only be fulfilled by a relationship with God, by like the salvation that He brings us.
Okay, I keep forgetting. I'm old, Lizzie.
It looks so much better when there's more color in the shot. Come on.
That's true, that's true. Oh yeah.
Number 4, when have you felt closest to God? Go!
Okay, the closest I ever felt to God was at Bible camp with this cool chick over here. In the old days, I was the type of guy who would never open up. I always kept things on the inside because I was just afraid of what everyone's gonna think of me, and that they're just gonna judge me. And it's the crazy thing is the total opposite. I opened up to Lizzie, and she has helped me because I have confessed, and I got it off my chest, and gave me like tips how to be better at whatever I'm struggling with, and that's great. I mean, that's the closest I ever felt to God. I mean, when I was broken and down like that, I was around Christian people. Just seeing their light just makes me like, whoa, God is real.
The closest I've ever felt to God was also at Bible camp, but it was at Teen Week. I think like the year after this happened, and it was like the first night after the lesson, and everyone was like going forward and just like confessing like their major sin in their life or how they were broken, and like they were going up with their friends, and everyone was like hugging each other and like holding hands, and we were all like praying for each other, and people were like writing down the prayer requests, and we were singing together, and it was just so powerful how everyone was like being vulnerable about being broken, but instead of being judged, like Cordale was saying, like people fear, like everyone was just being so loving, and it was just like the most like honest I've ever seen anyone ever be about their lives, and it was like beautiful, and I think I was crying because I cry like all the time. What is the furthest you've ever felt from God?
Okay, last year I had no life. All I did was went to school, I played video games every single day. I lived on my Xbox.
I'm not okay.
Yeah, not okay. I know. So then I see the cool football players walking around with the jerseys, you know, with the lady on the side. You know what I'm talking about, Lizzie? You know,
we actually didn't have a football team in my high school, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
but
no.
I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, that's awesome. Like, I mean, they could get any girl they want, and they can like do whatever they want. That's not why I joined the football team, because I love football too, but that was just a piece of it.
And you're awesome at football.
Oh,
that's also why you joined.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So I joined it, I made varsity my first year, you know. There's a good confidence, and there's a bad confidence. And I have had a bad confidence where I felt like I could talk to any girl. I felt like everyone loves me.
Everyone does love you. What are you talking about?
No,
of course.
I meant,
yeah.
I could just do whatever I want because I'm all that. You know what I mean? And it was just bad confidence. It pulled me away from my Bible studies and my devotions. I couldn't even remember the last time I prayed. And so that brought me so far from God. I hope this kid hears me, by the way. Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I should speak
Talk loud! Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
I think you can hear us.
Okay. I'm just focusing on having that life of friends and just partying and all this stuff. It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth from having that true love and peace and joy in your heart and a good hope in the future. That's beautiful. I mean, how can you walk away from that and don't want to receive that? Because it is so beautiful. I'm telling you from experience. It's not worth it.
Okay, so we were just like playing guitar and jamming and singing, and one of the songs that I had him playing guitar was Beautiful Ending by Barlow Girl, and it has this lyric that goes, and the pride of my heart makes me forget it's not me but you that makes the heart beat. I'm lost without you and dying to me. And that just reminded me of that, because like pride, like same with me, like pride makes me think like I don't need God, and then like I get further from him because I like stop relying on him through prayer and like devos and stuff. The furthest I felt from God was also at the beginning of this semester. I had gotten back from Thailand and I was culture shocked and depressed, and I was crying all the time, and I would pray, and I like did not feel God's presence at all, and it was so scary to me. But what he was saying before about like feeling close to God because people are being lights to you, so many people were like lights to me at that time, and so I ended up feeling close to God because other people were like stepping up and encouraging me. Number 6, your favorite worship song ever.
My favorite worship song ever.
And we jammed all night to our fave song ever.
My favorite worship song is Give Me Faith. By Elevation Worship. Favorite lines in the song is, I may be weak, but your spirit is strong in me, and my flesh may fail, but God, you never will. So, changes you if you truly believe that, you know, not just knowing it, but if you just believe it, it's so different, and life is different in general. How about you?
We were playing my favorite worship songs today because we both bought our guitars, and you're amazing at guitar.
Oh, thanks.
So great.
I'm alright. I'm alright.
He's being humble. My favorite worship songs are Here I Am to Worship, Break My Heart, which is like flashback to Bible camp. Like we always sung that song at Bible camp in the dark. It was like amazing, youth group song. And then also How He Loves. Number 7, favorite Bible camp memory, because we know each other from Bible camp. Well, one of the things I really like doing is skipping the like games or like the rec activities and just going to the gazebo and like reading the Bible and like talking about it together. We were being rebels at Bible camp.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, so it's like 4 hours later, the camera kind of died, and now we're in a random hotel hanging out. Our Bible camp had the longest zip line in Florida.
That is true.
On top of the lake. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. Actually, I was very, very afraid first time.
Me too. You were scared?
I know. I
thought I was like the only one afraid of heights.
Yeah, I know. I hide it really easily. You know. Yeah. I thought it was gonna go really fast, but it is the slowest thing on the planet.
It's so fun because it's like a gorgeous view. It's like you're on a swing. It's just like Number 8. What hits you harder, the singing or the lesson?
I can't say which is better because I have to be trying to do my best to live for God for singing to be effective to me. You know, like if I don't care about God or just singing's not effective to me, it would be the lesson. But everyone's different.
Yeah.
You know?
Because like for me, if I'm like straying away from God, like worship and singing actually like is really more beneficial than the lesson because it like makes me feel closer to God. But if I'm like really strong in my faith, then that's when like the lesson is more convicting to me than the worship is. So we're opposites.
I know.
Number 9, favorite Old Testament Bible story.
I will have to say Job.
Job? Why Job?
I will say Job because how in the world can you have that much faith after losing your family? Like I'm talking about your kids, and not just your kids. I mean,
like your wife, all your property.
Exactly.
Everything.
And on top of everything, you're like sick.
And your friends give horrible advice.
Exactly.
My favorite Old Testament story is Esther because she's a strong female hero character and she's just so brave, and that's like inspiring to me how she was willing to risk her life to save like all these people. Like she was just so selfless and brave and like courageous, and yeah, I love Esther so much. Number 10, favorite Bible character. It can be from the Old Testament or New Testament. Samson.
Yes, Samsung.
Samsung. It sounds like a phone company.
Yes.
We should create a phone company. Samsung.
Samsung. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a stronger signal than any other phone.
Yeah, we should have his logo that should be like the picture on our
Samson?
company. Yeah.
Like with really long hair or after he cuts his hair? Oh wait, spoiler alert if you haven't read the story.
Yeah, I think you know what. When he cuts his hair.
After he cuts his hair?
After he cuts his hair.
But then he's weak.
Oh no, then he's weak.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
Long hair.
Okay, wait, why do you like Samson?
He's strong.
But then he like disobeys God.
He's strong.
Okay, cool. My favorite Bible characters, I want to pick 2. Number 1, Paul, because he's so humble. Like one of my favorite verses in the Bible is when Paul is like, I am the worst of sinners, and it's like he's this epic missionary risking his life and he's just being so humble, and that's like mega inspiring to me. And also I love David because he just like pours his heart out to God, and he like continues to mess up over and over again, but he has this genuine like relationship with God. And I mean, I want to be known as like a woman after God's own heart, and so I just like love reading through the Psalms and like relating to how his relationship with God played out. And like, okay, think about the Bible real quick that I think is like amazing. Like we can read things written like thousands of years ago and they like completely relate to today. Like only God.
That's insane.
Yeah. Number 11, how do you overcome struggles or temptation?
You need to ask yourself, do you even want to change? Do you truly want to change for yourself and in your life? That's the first step. Now, second step is confess. Like, I mean, find a close friend. Don't just tell like a stranger, because I just feel like you won't really feel like you confessed. You know, just tell someone like you're truly like, I mean, close with. Scripture. Yeah, because how can you read this love letter? I mean, if you truly like pay attention to what you're reading and truly like just put your heart into that book. I mean, how can you walk away? I mean, not changed.
If you truly like read the Bible and like understand its meaning, like it's God inspired, like it's going to affect you and change you, probably like more than we want, because like it's honestly kind of scary, like
it is.
Taking the Bible seriously. You basically said like everything I would have said for like fighting struggles and temptation. And like I agree with the point of like telling other people about it, because I think that if you're open with your friends about what you're struggling with, then they keep you accountable. And one of the things I love about Pepperdine is I've gotten like close Christian friends who can like call me out on like my character and how I'm treating other people. And I just think if you got like close relationships with your friends where you can get to a point where you like tell them to call you out on things, and they can really help you like improve and like work on things. And then scripture is like the best thing ever, because it literally like changes you. One of my favorite Bible verses is 1 Corinthians 10:13, and it says, "No temptation has seized you except what is common to man, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear.
I love that verse.
But when you are tempted, He will always provide a way out so that we can stand up under it."
And guess what? When it comes to that verse, you need to ask yourself, do you want the way out? I hope this camera can hear me.
It can.
Yeah?
Like much better than the other one.
Oh, okay.
Number 12. What is your favorite way to serve God?
The reason why I want to be a youth minister when I grow up, I want to be young forever, number one.
Me too. Never want to grow up.
Exactly.
Kid for life.
Party all day, all night. I know. With soda on the side.
Yeah,
Christian.
yeah, and
Yes.
like New Year's just happened, and like we were not drinking alcohol. We were drinking like sparkling apple cider, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yes. And soda.
And so I don't drink soda.
You don't drink soda?
No, I don't like soda.
Oh, okay. So.
I like water.
Water. Okay. Okay. That works too. Water could get you partied up too. So,
yeah. Partied up with water.
With water. Okay. Yes. That's what Jesus would do. No, Jesus would do wine.
Jesus would do wine. Jesus would actually use alcohol.
Yeah. I want to be a youth minister because, like I said, I want to help people, and there is people out there who don't talk to parents like that. Who's probably not close to their family, or just have a bad relationship with their parents. And if they can't talk to their parents, who they're going to talk to? Well, their friends. What if their friends are a bad influence on them? You know, like who's going to help lead them? And
lead me with strong hands, stand up when they can. Unconditional love.
That changes.
That's Christianity. Yeah, it changes people when you like show interest in people and like love people. Like it changes them because they start seeing themselves through like the way you see them. And my like favorite way to serve God is like basically the same as Cordale's, where I just really love like hearing other people's stories and like showing love to like everyone I interact with. And I love that I get to do that through this YouTube channel, because you guys just like message me like your stories and you're just like, hey, like this is how I'm broken, this is what I'm struggling with, can you help me? And I just like love getting to like read other people's stories and help other people. Like I love that. It makes me feel like so fulfilled, like I'm like doing something like meaningful with my life. So. Number 13, have you ever been on a missions trip, and what was it like, and what did you learn, and how was it inspiring?
I have been to Honduras.
When did you go to Honduras? How old were you?
I was 14 years old.
Who did you go to Honduras with?
My old youth group, Griffin Road, GRCC. When we first got there, there's people with their hands out, I mean wanting money, etc. Yeah. And these people like literally lived with like metal boxes, so it was really sad. And I'm talking about like 10 people in one, like it was just really bad. They're happier than me. Like they're the happiest kids I ever met. And we went to a blind school, all blind kids. I mean, they were so happy. They were, I mean, all you got from them was hugs and kisses. Like it was just wonderful. And it makes me think, like, why are we not that joyful? I mean, what's holding us back from being that joyful? I mean, we have it so good. We're alive and well, and at least we don't eat out a dumpster like they do, which they did. They had this big thing called the dump, which they eat out of. So, I mean, it's really humbling to experience that. You come back changed.
How did you like specifically, how were you changed? Like how did you feel different or like act different afterwards?
You know how you see us homeless people? I'd be trying to find money like crazy. Like I'm like, where's my wallet? Where's my wallet? You know what I mean? Because like I truly understand why now. I mean, I try my best to give a lot more. Like if I see a homeless person, I mean, ask for money, and if he's hungry, I'm like, hey, I'll take you there, you know? So. Oh yeah, didn't you have an experience like that today?
Yeah, okay, it was so cool. So this guy named Roger came up to us and asked if he could have like $1 to go get like a burger at McDonald's. And Cordale is like awesome.
Oh, I'm alright.
And he like is like, oh, like we'll go walk with you there. So we end up walking like 10 or 15 minutes with Roger to McDonald's, and then like this really long line. So like Cordale's in line, and then like I'm like talking to him, he's in line. But like, okay, the coolest thing was like when we were walking there, he was just like asking him about his life and like talking about like your relationship with God and like what you struggle with and like relating to him. And it was just like, I don't know, like so, it was so cool to me, like how you just like stepped up and wanted to like share God with him and just like be loving to him. And yeah, and then we ended up giving him like the address to like the Church of Christ in Miami, which is amazing. Sunset COC.
COC?
Yeah, but like, I don't know, it just made me realize like, why do I not like talk to strangers or like people who are alone more often? Because I'm sure like there's so many people who are like lonely and like would love someone to just like sit down and like eat lunch with them. So hey, well, I wish you were around me more so I'd be like inspired more to do stuff like this.
I just feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm just not, I'm not doing anything about it. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm gonna be able to sleep at night, honestly, you know?
But that's so good. Like, we should feel like an urge to like, okay, like Matthew 5 talks about like hungering and thirsting for righteousness. Like, we should feel like there's something wrong if we're not like doing something to like help people.
Exactly. And this girl, I think I would never start a conversation. Well, I probably wouldn't. But I mean, like, but this girl started it. I mean, she kept him, like, she was really like, you touched him today too, just like, you know, I mean, like, you told him that there's a need for God, there's a void for God. I mean, like, I missed that part too. You know what I mean? Like, that's that's very important. So thank you for that. I went on my first missions trip this past summer, so like 2013, and I went to Thailand for 5 weeks through this organization called Let's Start Talking, and I taught people English at a like Christian center that was like for like college students, and we taught English through the Gospel of Luke. It's so cliche to say things are life-changing, but I literally like think differently since being back. So I just like was so inspired by how they served each other there. Like, it was so beautiful, and everyone was like included. It wasn't like different groups, like it was a collectivist society, so everyone was constantly like talking to each other, making everyone feel included. And so when I got back to America, I just like, I see every person as so beautiful, and I like want to know like everyone's story. Like, I'm so curious about other people, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm more like interested in other people than like my own interests, which was like new because I'm usually like really selfish. And then the other thing is I just like want to serve more, and it's, I don't know, it's so cool how people can inspire you who you meet. And like you were saying about the people you met, like how they were so happy, like it was the same in Thailand. Like Thailand, I wasn't in like the poorest part of it, but these people were just like so happy. Like, they were constantly like laughing and smiling, and they were always like hanging out, playing guitar, like worshiping together, eating together. Like, they were like the early church epitomized. And so like coming back to America, like I felt like so much like happier, so much more at peace. Like, you were telling me that like you like, I seem more peaceful, and it's like because of Thailand. So, and I'm going back next summer. Oh, and by the way, link below if you want to donate to my mission trip, because I need to raise money for that. Please. Those were the 13 questions in our video tag. Every one of you has a special purpose and special talents, and God wants to use those, and He wants to change your life. He wants to wrap His loving arms around you. He has beautiful things planned for you, and it's up to you. So yeah, it's like accept it or it's not accept it. Isn't it worth it? Yeah, living for God is so worth it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.